Hi, everybody. Welcome, welcome. Hope everybody's doing well. Gonna give a few minutes for folks to pop in, and I will greet everybody. So today I'm launching my new stuff from PM Artist Studio. I've got stamps, I've got a stencil, and we're gonna play around with some stuff. But the theme of today is blue. It's all blue. So I even have, like you see, blue here. I've done some blue backgrounds to play around with. I've got a blue box of blue paints. Mind you, I'm still going to use some gold because I think we need a little bit of gold in our lives. And so what else? Let's see. Oh, I have two of my stencils, so I'm going to try and create a bunch of prints. But yeah, the main theme is blue and new. So new and blue. How about that? Um, so I'm glad everybody's here. Don't forget to hit that like button. And if you are unable to chat and you'd love to join the chat, please hit the subscribe button. That is going to allow you to be able to get into the chat and talk with everybody. Then let's see here. What else? All the links to the new products are in the description to this live stream. So check that out later. Everything is down below, described and linked, ready to go. I haven't been sleeping much lately, so I've been up since 5 this morning getting ready for you guys, trying to clean up and organize and yeah, so let me get to people here. Where are we? I am not looking this. Hang on, StreamYard changed some stuff since I was last here. So let me go to my YouTube because that's going to be much easier to see y'all's names so I can shout you out. Where are we here? Even my glasses have blue in them. Aren't those great? I love these. All right. Make sure you throw some hands in the air, say something in the chat. Otherwise, you won't show up on my list and I can't say hello. So here we go. Hello, Lucy, Adrian, Anina. Hi, Ann Webb. Hi, Becky. Hi, Eric. Rhonda's here. PM Artist Studios here via Mariah. And hi, P as well. Hi, Shannon. Slapping paint on papers here. That's Miss Karen. Soul's here. Hi, Soul. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Zal. Zal's our pal. Thank you. If I didn't say hi, it's because you didn't show up on my list because, that's how it happens. But let me get back over to this chat. Hi, Diane. How are you? Thanks for joining me. So, yeah, so all the designers are launching their products today. Carrie got a head start the other day, but the rest of us are doing it today. And so let me show you what I've got. So I've got a couple of stamps and stencils. So let me show you my stencil. This is Ribbon Eye. This is the new one. This is a it is a 9x12. That's what I'm trying to say. Hi, Meg. How are you? And it comes in this size, and it comes in the 8x10. And I have two 9x12s, so I can not have to wait and linger, and I can do more prints. Anyway, And then there's a stamp version of this. It's an ATC size stamp of the design in the foam stamp. So you can see there. Look at that. So I had some fun playing with this the other day, and I made some cute little cards here on brayer off paper. And these are heat embossed. You can see how shiny those are. This is the leaf stamp here. This is Amazing Leaf, and you can stamp them around and make a big old flower if you want. This is with Distress Inks. All right, and then you have the Amazing Octagon stamp. And I did this here with oxide inks on a watercolor card. Make a cool background. And I did some of it here too with the embossing. Hi, Bobby. Hi, Carol. Welcome, welcome. Never have enough leaf stamps. You are absolutely right, Rhonda. One of my first stamp purchases from PM Artist Studio was actually Rhonda's leaf stamp. I think it's Funky Leaf, but that was one of my first purchases. So I did these like this because I'm like, you know what? You can use them for different projects and different things. I'll have several and I just rip them off as I go. And I also did the ATC stamp in this I forget what this color is called. I want to say is it bronze? I don't remember. I'll have to get it. But look how shiny and gorgeous that is. All ready to go to make ATCs if I want. And then I did leaves on some brayer offs as well. Those are fun. They look great in copper too. Hi, Alyssa. Welcome, welcome. And this I did in some, like I took a dark green. Oh, this, are you talking about this one, Rhonda? This one? Let me get my embossing stuff so I can tell you. I don't have the exact color. Coloring View, please remind me of your name. I know you. And if I don't know you, well, it's great to meet you. Hi, Jamie. Welcome. Oh, okay. So this is the liquid platinum embossing powder. It's this one here. Hi, Ingrid. Welcome. That's that. This is black. Then there's green. This one here is like a mix, one of those, you collect all your extra in View is my name. Well, very nice to meet you, View. Thank you so much for joining us today. This is just like a melange of different embossing powders. But look, it creates this really cool color on there. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Let's see here. So I've also got some of this. This is metallic gold rich, super fine. I have some metallic copper, metallic platinum. Just basically this one. This was just two different brands. So yeah, maybe we'll play around with those later. But for now, I'm going to put these away. This is just overflowing with goodness. Okay. Forgive me if I miss anybody in chat. If I miss anything you say, just repeat it. But you know, I am by myself here, and I try to read as much of it as I can. So look at this loveliness. I'm gonna set this to the side. Now I am gonna try something. Let me see. This should. Well, I should have Nightbot set up to prompt. So what do I have? I think hashtag shop is one. Let's see how that goes. All right. So you can shop all of PM Artist Studio by following that link. I think I'm trying to remember the names of of how I set these up with Nightbot. Okay, so if you do hashtag Eddie, it'll give you the link to all of my designs, specifically at PM Artist Studio. So that's exciting. Um, let me see. What was the other one? I think that's it. This is the two new ones. Click you away. All right. So someone jumped in there. Let's see who jumped in there. Hi, Sherry. How are you? Welcome, welcome. Thank you, Becky. All right, so I'm gonna do some gel printing. And although, thank you, Rhonda. I appreciate you doing that. Should we do some? We'll save this for a little bit later. I'm gonna go ahead and do some gel printing. Um, so papers I'm using today, it's mostly going to be this Hammermill 28-pound color copy paper. I also have for my pickup paper, I use this craft deli paper. I also have some Carnival wet strength just in case I need some of that. All right. I think I can get that out of the way. Let me get a gel plate. All right. If you hear what sounds like the ocean outside, it's not. Those are the cars driving by my front door. And it's raining, but the temperature's nice. It's raining and we're getting a lot of that noise, but you know, what are you gonna do? What you gonna do? Hey. All right, so let's start with this. I don't see people. Well, and it's a big box, Rhonda. That it's yeah, and it's not going to go bad, so don't worry about it. Let's see. I'm going to use some of this cerulean blue. This is the Lucas Krill. And how about some indigo? Now, since it is humid today, because it's raining out, hopefully things won't take too long to dry, but that's something you got to keep in mind when you're gel printing is when it's humid out, it will take longer for paints to dry, which can be a great thing if you need, more time to work with your paints. So yes, it is, Bobby. All right, I'm gonna take this stencil and I'm gonna flop it off onto this other plate. Are you guys still having a rain problem over there, Rhonda? Uh, So a flop off is when you take the wet stencil and you put it onto a gel plate or a piece of paper and flop off the excess paint to give you another print. Yummy, yummy. Let's see, I've got about 10 here. Oh, this has some stuff left over from the last live stream. So let me just get that on here. It's the same thing here, Rhonda. Hot and cold, hot and cold. This week's supposed to be a lot warmer than past, so we shall see. Doesn't that look great? I love that. Now I do want to clean that up a little bit. Oh, awesome, Bobby. Yeah, I saw some of those prints you made the other day. I love it. Bobby's talking about my sense of words in action. I actually have the stamps right here. So you can get the words in action in stamp form. And I split it up into two stamps because sometimes, like, to make it, I think the bigger stamp was just too much. So I split it into two. And then there's enough space where if you wanted to, you could cut these phrases out, the words out if you wanted to. But also when stamped, it gives you enough space to cut around it and use it, as individual sentiments and such. Okay. Oops. Clean, clean, clean. Right. That's one thing we can go here. Let's get a big plate here. Hi, Darcy. Good morning. Good morning. Darcy, I know we were talking about the weather. Darcy had to put on her AC yesterday. It was that warm down in her neck of the woods. I'm gonna use the steel gray or steel blue. Sorry. Um, I recently inherited some new stuff, so you may see some stuff I've never used before. But I'm not prepared to talk about that yet, because I'm not ready. But soon we will. Soon. All right, that is steel blue. Gonna throw in a little bit of white just to lighten that up. Why not? Okay, so yeah, it's been a rough couple of weeks actually. So things are at the surface. already filthy. Hi, Kat. Hi, Pam. Thanks for joining us. Don't mind if you hang out in the balcony. That is perfectly okay. Don't forget to hit that like button. That'd be much appreciated. Let's see. I wonder if I use the octagon, go in and pull some paint off here. Move this. I can give our print a little extra something. Hello, Paula. No worries. Glad you're here. That's good on that. There's my little water bath over here. Just a little something. And if you haven't been over to Makers recently, there is a post in the featured section that lists all the designers and their respective channels. If they have one to where you can see their new designs. So, like for example, Rhonda dropped this fabulous video showing her newest design, the Kraken stencil in 2 versions. I love it, gotta have it. Carrie launched his fishies today and the color combo. Paula, will you drop the colors for the color combo in the chat? Because Paula is one of the organizers of the color combo along with Carrie, the crafter, and Estella Banks. Oh, and Paula's got new dogs. That's right, new doggy stamps. Paula, I'm glad you didn't call them dogger stamps. Hashtag if you know, you know. And Mo, if you're watching on replay, which you usually do, that one was for you. What was our first one? This was the first one. Look at that. Nice and dry. Hi, Paula K. Thank you. All right, so let me get a pickup color for this. How about we'll do Arctic. And we'll do Arctic and the light blue permanent. Bobby, they're up now. What Carrie launched. He's got his 2 videos out today. I believe it's the color combo and his fishies. Yeah, the one issue I have with the color combo is the name Pantone chose for that gray. Gray shingles just sounds awful. Sounds awfully painful. All right, so the color combo, if you're listening and not watching the chat, for the month of makers is gray shingles, absinthe green, and lemon chrome. Additional colors you can use are black, white, and a metallic. And as a bonus this year, they're doing we call that a mark make an element, which is ovals this month. I'm talking about the No, I love Pantone. I'm just saying that is a very, very. It just doesn't sound good. Oh, yeah. Gray shingles. Ooh, sounds like you need a vaccine or something. Some medication. It does. I hate when that happens. Ooh, look how pretty that is. This is so annoying when this does this. I still haven't figured out why it buckles, the paper buckles like that, but oh well. I want to. Hi, Jeanette. How are you? Hope you're well. Well, it depends on the absinthe because absinthe, the alcohol is like it's a clear, not clear, but like it's not an opaque liquor. Let's just say. But look how pretty that is. Okay. This stick. I'm gonna offset the stencil a little bit and add some another layer to this. We'll do it in the. Here, let's use this turquoise. Um, I don't know, Rhonda. Good question. Good question. All right, so that's always fun. You offset your stencil a little bit. You get a really cool, like a 3D-ish effect. It would. What was the cup again? Missed it. Bobby, put down the stick, girl. Thanks, Becky. Hi, Gina. Welcome. Hi, Elizabeth. That was funny. That's funny. You enjoy yourself and have fun, okay? Put that down. Deb's crafting room. Hi, Deb. How are you? My stencil, this stencil is Ribbon Eye. Ribboneye. Eye. Eye. Eye, wee lassie. Let's get flip side going. Get some. Let's get some of this here. This is light blue violet. At least you're not cutting the cheese, Paula. And all the links to my new stamps and stencil are in the description box to this live stream. So if you peek around down there, you'll see all the links at the very top of inside the description box. So you'll be able to link directly to whichever particular item you're interested in. Like I said, I was up early today, so I made sure I was prepared. Yeah. Clean off this. Spray her out. Kind of scoot the wet brayer over this just to add a little bit of color to that. If you type in hashtag Eddie, that is a link that will take you to all of my designs at PM Artist Studio to make it easier for you. Oh, and you get a really cute, cheeky surprise when you go to their website today. And it's double points. I think it's double points today. Am I right? Am I wrong? I thought I saw that. Or was I dreaming? Let's check it out here. Yes, double points week with our favorite bunny, Mariah. It ends on April the 8th. So there you go. Oh, there's a new stamp on there I didn't see this morning. It's a field mouse. Oh, how cute is that? I don't like rodents, so that won't be in my collection, but it's cute. Oh, yeah. I send you my sympathies, Rhonda. It's something that's not easy to do. Let's get some paint on here. I'm gonna pull this one with some gold. This is a really beautiful gold, the Lucas Krill. A little bit extra just for luck. There you go, Bobby. Perfect. Yep, that'll take you directly to the designs, all of my designs. Anina, I don't know, but I don't talk about religion because I'm not a religious person. That don't do it for me, so I don't speak of that. You know, I'm not a thoughts and prayers group. If that's your thing, that is a-okay, but it's not my thing. Neither any. Uh, I knew you would like this month's what do you call that? The collage prompts. I was putting them together. I was like, oh, I know Anina will like this month's prompts. So if you didn't know, let me get my info card here. Is this it? Oh no. Come on, Eddie. All right, so this month's collage prompts, which are in the featured section to the makers group, are where's April? Okay. Circles, weather, travel, numerals, lines, lines, stroke, stripes. So, either one. With the bonus theme of fantasy. And this collage prompt event that we do is a very, you know, very rule free. You do what you want, you do what you think, you do what you love, do it the way you think it should be done. And when you post it, be sure to use the hashtag makers collage prompt 26 so I can find it. And Darcy is my co-host in this little event that we host every month. And so she would love to see them as well. Hi, Isle. Please give me your name so I can, or how to pronounce it. I think it's Isle, but hi. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't need all day to sit and brew. Sometimes you can just pull it. But look at that. Fabulous one. Ilse? Ilse? I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Oh, you are. Darcy's looking for images while she watches. She's such a collage pro. I'm definitely not. So, but I will be attempting that later on this month. Okay, let's get some paint on here. Let's see. Play short at 3 a.m. You don't sleep either, Lynn, huh? All right. So for this one, oh, you are? Oh, so Paula here is also a duchy. Well, she's an English duchy. She is a transplant who's been living in the Netherlands for many years now. I think. Oh, you know what would be good with this one? This other metallic on half. Try to keep it in the neutral. Blue. Blue. I'm going to use this burnt orange. Hi, Nancy. Oh, Vanessa, I didn't know you were in the Netherlands as well. Awesome. We've got a whole Holland crew over here. Well, Netherlands, I should say. I shouldn't say that. Netherlands. Hi, Shauna. Yeah, Adrian. Got some orange over here for you. God, I love these silicone mats, but trying to get the plastic, the plexiglass off of them is kind of hard. It gets stuck on there. Oh, that's going to be fun. This is the one where I offset the stencil a little bit. Well, apologies. Didn't mean to do that. Okay. That's dry. That's dry. It looks shiny, but it is dry. Welcome back, Zal. Zal brought her coffee. Coffee with Zal. So I think for this one, I'm gonna use this. Look, Bobby. Look what I got. Some manganese blue. Ooh, that is a strong smelling paint. I am this. I'm wearing my frequent inert T-shirt, Becky. Because it was one of the last T-shirts I had left. I literally got my laundry back this morning. I send it out to be done because my nephew decided that he was going to install a washer and dryer in the house for everybody to use. However, it is coin operated, and there's no coin dispensing machine. So, without a car, it's hard to get to the bank and get some coins. So I can't use those. So I just send it out. I pay a little extra. I send it out, but you do what you can, right? Do what you got to do. I hate this. I hate this. Why do you wrinkle on me? You poopy head. I mean, seriously, Paula, like, what the French is that all about? That's going to be really cool, but I really I don't get why this keeps happening. I wonder if it's the paper, but it's never done that before like this. Very strange. Anyway, let's keep going. Oh, let's see this. You've been in Vegas. Ooh, fabulous. Yeah, you gotta have central air there. And this is the one where I use my stamp to kind of create a little texture in the background. I mean, I could have done more, but just I wanted you to see that you can do that with your stamps through your stencil. Just don't forget to wash off your stamps after you use the acrylic paint so it doesn't dry on there. Otherwise, it renders them useless with regular inks. So let's get some more in here. So on this layer, I'm going to use this metallic here. This is or iridescent. It's iridescent blue black by Pabeo, number 360. Hi, K-pop mama. How are you? Hope you're well. Thanks for joining. Don't forget to hit that like button. Oh, look at you go, Shannon. That is fantastic news, Shannon. So if you're not reading chat and you're lurking, I'll read what Shannon says. She says, I'm only going to be lurking because her handmade cards have been accepted for consignment and she has to work on her inventory. Congratulations, Shannon. Well deserved. Well, you do what you got to do, Bobby. No judgments here. Hang on, let's put the rest of this on here. Offset it. A nice little layer there. Let's get this one on here. Got a song stuck in my head because I was listening to it before the live stream. The what's that called? Aperture by Harry Styles. Good song. Good pump up song. Here, let's do some of this phthalo blue. And this brilliant blue. Dorado is a fish. Oh, there's it's a big old fish, yeah. Dorado is a fish. I think dorado in Spanish is red, if I'm correct. Dorado. Could be wrong. It's been a while. Yeah, it's well, there's also there could be a couple of different words for different colors. Let's see here. I'm just gonna Google it just to because I know I'm wondering too. Come on, come on. Dorado gold. Okay, thank you. Thank you, Ingrid. I knew it was something like that. Oh, I need a plate to flop this up onto. Still. I'm reaching over here. There we go. I got plates stacked high. Hi, Dorothy. Okay. Chill out right there. Okay. It's a great little combo colors there. It's cool. Still paint on there, so I'm gonna get some of this carnival wet strength tissue. A flop off on here. So this here is something you don't want to do with a regular tissue because it will stick to your stencil and rip. So when you do this, use something that's going to hold up, like a carnival wet strength tissue, because especially when you're using a brand new UPO stencil, the UPO loves to stick to stuff and it loves to stick to paper, especially when you're putting down the paper with nothing on it onto a freshly painted UPO stencil. It can stick. You see the resistance I'm getting? It's although this might be medical. This is medical exam paper that I've pulled. It was mixed in there, but still, you want to make sure you use something that's a little stronger. Yeah, that pup is looking good, Paula, isn't it? Take care, Bobby. Thanks for stopping by. Enjoy your class. Yeah, look at that. Looking good. Looking good. All right, I'm gonna put you over here. That needs to be pull some of these here. Let's get ready to go. This one's a disappointment because of the whole buckling thing. Wasn't too bad. Just lost a little bit there. And you see these little things like this, these little areas. That's because the fluid. I used a fluid acrylic to pull this, and that's what it's just the nature of the fluid acrylic. It's going to do that and like craze and stuff like that. I'm gonna take some tape and clean that up there. Oh, actually, I can use this here. It's just a baby wipe. down here. Oh, that still has wet. The paint is still wet on there. The iridescent. Cool. We can use that to our advantage. Let's throw down some paint. Some other blue. Let's use that cerulean blue again. I like that. Cerulean. This is Lucas Krill 4721. Blast off. Now, seeing as it was wet paint on that stencil and the stencil's building up too, like the paint on here is building up. I'm going to show you can pull a print like this. Lay your paint down. Put down your paper. Now, this is tricky because, like I said, a brand new stencil loves to hold on to things, especially paper, and it can cause it to stick to your stencil and rip. So it's a matter of speed, and not rubbing on it too long. So this is going to be pretty solid, and that's okay. This is just a background, but so much blueness. I can pull another print. This time I have to be even more careful because there's much less paint on here. Let's see here. Give it a little rub-a-dub-dub. Now, this one, we're going to get more interest because there's less paint. Just there we go. Kind of gives me an old pair of denim vibe. Trying to get this edge painted up. I hate that. It's a great stencil if you want to create a journal page because it's symmetrical, so you can fold that in half and get the same image on both sides. Who'da thunk? I'm gonna put these over here. Okay. Just gonna add a little more paint in here and then pull the stencil. We'll do indigo. Hey, Lucas Krill, these lids are terrible. These are awful. Get rid of that. Whoever designed that, just no. It's a no. Oh, Shauna. Yeah. I like this indigo because it kind of has like it's like a reddish violet, almost kind of undertone. For this one, I'm gonna lift it, and you'll see what was from that first layer of blue was left behind. Creates this cool outline around the added color there. So that'll be fun. I'm going to take this stencil and add it to here. I'm going to line it up as best I can. Supermarket story? Sure, Paula. No one's stopping you, honey. Woo, how's that for lining it up? And that blue black iridescent paint is fantastic. All right. We can add another layer of paint to here. Using what's left on my brayer. So if you've been watching my last few live streams, I've been taking like stencils that still have paint on it and flopping them off like over and over on the same plate to create really interesting prints for later. Let's pull some prints here. All right, story from Paula. So the beginning of the story is she runs over to get water and oil. A guy shoves a cucumber under his Can I read this out loud, Paula? Or am I going to get struck off? Oh, God. In his t-shirt, I look around. No one has noticed. He winked at me. She says, dude, there are but one get one free, and maybe you should take some tomatoes. Oh, Paula. The big and gorgeous security guy says to me, ma'am, did you see that man? Love this. This is the ombre he did. Ooh. Very much so beautiful. Oh, I love that. It reminds me of the ocean. She said, no, sir, it must have been his rib cage. Must be his rib cage. God. Deny, exactly, Rhonda. Deny, deny, deny. Talk about it. I didn't see nothing. Hello, Zippy. How are you? My hands are filthy already. Let's set this aside. This is the one with that I pulled with the orange, burnt orange metallic. Hi, Caroline. Welcome. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. As a reminder, please hit that hit the like button on the stream. Share it if you want. All those things are great. No worries, Darcy. That's not coming up. Anyway, look at that. And this has the leftovers from when I used my Swedish Love Star stamp on the last live stream. Ooh, Gina's marbling paper. Awesome. That's something I've never done, so I need to learn how to do that. Marbling. Welcome back, Mariah. Just give this a little bit of a wipe down. So here's another way to do this. We can put paint down first. Let's use some of this phthalo turquoise or turquoise phthalo. Mariah, I know what you've been doing. Leave Mr. Gnome alone. Hashtag if you know, you know. Mariah, DDs? Are they DDs? Or are they bigger? Oh my God. Did my stencil just move on me? Oh my God. I'm not happy right now. Oh boy. Well, the stencil moved. That's okay. But look how cool. Get some cool puckers going on there. Oh, that's going to be fun. Let's let that dry. What is this one here? This is empty. Can get some paint on here. Hi, Vinny. Welcome. Thank you so much. So good to have you here. Vinny's been posting some of his wonderful art over in Makers on Facebook. Try to get some of this paint on here. There you go. So what's that? This needs paint. Oh yeah, that's nice and dry. So let's get a full color. I need a new brayer off sheet, that's for sure. Well, I decorated some more boxes yesterday because I needed more storage for some other stuff. I got I had to reorganize some stuff. I had a busy night last night. I was productive. And, where's that wipe? I'll get some of this excess paint off the sword here. You sure did. Dude, you jumped in at the right time. Use some of this. This is Windsor Blue from Winsor Newton Galleria, one of my favorite blues. And I'm just going to do a thin layer of this and let that dry. but I can use my leaf stamp here to create some cool design in there, a little extra. This is another new product I'm launching today. It's a amazing leaf stamp. And yes, you can use your acrylics, your foam stamps with acrylic paint. Just be sure to clean them off well. Don't allow the paint to dry because it will render your stamp useless to regular inks. I was fussy cutting bugs last night. Do you mean you were chasing roaches? Is that what you're trying to say, Shauna? Are you hunting roaches? I'm just teasing. Mariah, I don't know if you heard earlier when I talked about, I saw you had a mouse in the shop, and it's cute, but I can't do mice. I just, even like, I love a horror movie, but when they show rodents, I literally turn away. I can't. Something about. Let's see. There you go. So you can see that the leaves in there, giving a little extra something something. Hmm. I think we can. Right. Even, yeah, snakes too. Yeah, Karen. Yep. No, oh, no. I want to pronounce your name Islay. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. They do ship internationally though. Um, you have huge rates in your garden. I know what she means. She means rats. Let me tell you, rats in the city, that's everywhere you go. I don't care what city you're in. Rodents love it. And also, when there's a lot of construction in the city, that attracts your rodents. If you're from Massachusetts and you were around for the Big Dig, um, that caused a lot of rodents to come out into the city and cause havoc. All right, I'm gonna pull this one with some gold. This is the Lucas Krill Gold 4612. Buckle my shoe. 3, 4. Shut that door. Oops. Orange went flying off the desk. Five, six, gonna pick up sticks. 7, 8, na, 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 na. We belong together. We'll call this the creepy stream. That's going to be really interesting. Take care, Vanessa. Thanks for hanging out. Let's see if I can get this cleaned off. Got a little water bath off to the side here to dunk in my stamps so they stay, so the paint doesn't dry on them. Just plain water. Add some stamping to this. With my new leaf. If I had a 5x7, perfect. So my 5x7, I'm letting the paint build up on them. And then I'll pull it and create cool, funky little prints. I'm gonna use some white. A little bit of blanc. Beautiful. I'll let that dry and then pull it. This is pretty dry. Pretty dry. Jeez. Water and stuff everywhere. All right, so let's get some coloring on here. I'm going to pull this with the Arctic blue because the Arctic blue kind of has a green, a vein of green that's sort of that matches the turquoise. And if you look at your pigments on your paint, you can see what's in them, obviously. So I can see right away there's yellow and there's green in here. So, you know, looking at them, you can see they're going to work really well. A little bit, not too much. Actually, if you go into the description box of this video of the live stream, there is a link to Makers in there already. Check that out. All the info is right in there. There's even a link to where you can get yourself one of these guys. This is a handmade wood baron made here in the US by our artist friend Anthony Cody. He has an Etsy shop where he sells his handmade wood items. They are fantastic. They're great for the hands to relieve any pressure. Also, if you have like skin issues or whatever, and you don't want to be rubbing on the paper or whatever that much, this is great to have. It's a great little piece of art to keep on your shelf. Isn't that beautiful? This is a hard maple wood with abalone and lapis inlay. Really pretty. I got that from Anthony. He makes other things like bowls. There was a yarn thing he made the other day. There were some bone folders. There's urns, just regular bowls. He does it all. Oh, that's going to be pretty. Very, very pretty. Um, let's see. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. This is ready. So this is the one where I pulled some paint off with the leaf stamp. I'm going to use this metallic blue paint. It is Folk Art Ice Blue. Make sure you get those edges first because that's where the paint tends to dry first. Get those edges down. They sure are, Shauna. They're very much so beautiful. Oh, that's gonna be so good. Very pretty. What's that? That's the white. Second. This here. Okay. So this is the one I've been flopping off on. Hi, Mimi. Welcome. Glad you could join us today. You know, let's pull this. Let's try. There's another metallic I wanted to use. Let's use some silver. Like that. A little silver. Never hurt no one. Oh, that's going to be fun. This is very much Becky style. Becky does great prints like these. Very cool. Get some paper on here too. Let's get some of that done. And for this, I'm just going to go with the light blue permanent. Boop, boop. Okay. I think I figured out why the paper kept buckling. I'm using way too much paint. But look how pretty that is. See if I can get you a better peeky. That. It's paper. I got one more that needs paper, or like a full color. So let's do that, and then I'll play some stamps. All right, so let's I think for this one we'll do some of this ice blue, and let's mix it up. I'm feeling playful today. Little on plate mixing. Your is it's like you are asking for access. I don't know what that means. some of this extra paint off the edges. Because sometimes when you leave that paint down, it can interfere with the paper when you're pulling the paint. So where you got a wrinkle? I was just saying how, oh man, there's always something. I'm not gonna worry about it. Oh, that's cool. Created a really interesting color. So I'm gonna let the rest of those dry and let everything there that's on a plate hang out for a little bit. These are a couple of prints that we've pulled already. Oh, I got this plate over here. It was in a different world. All right, so now the reason I'm only using one stencil today is because I want to kind of just focus on the new stuff, focus on the design. Um, on another day I'll do like we can mix and match because you can definitely do other designs with this, but I'm not too worried about that. Let's give this some ultramarine blue. Gonna do a ombre. How about that? I'll do ultramarine on the ends. And do this turquoise. What is this? Yes, turquoise in the middle. Thanks, Ingrid. I love blues. For this one, I am going to pull up my Yasutomo sketch paper. We'll do a big old 9x12 print. Yeah, I have a couple of suggestions. The wet strength, definitely, try it out. And they sell small amounts. You don't have to get a big old package of it. If you want to try it out. Medical exam paper is far less expensive. It can tear, but definitely worth a try. It works great on the gel plate. I've let prints. I've let it dry on the plate and pulled prints with it just fine. Um, for copy paper, what I suggest you can use is your I would suggest something like a color copy paper, like what I'm using here, the hammer mill. Um, uh, it's got a slight coating to it, so it's like a presentation paper. There are heavier versions of this. I believe it's 32-pound hammer mill that works really well on the gel plate. It holds up well. The lighter weight copy paper can rip for sure, especially if either you're pulling it too soon or if you put it down without enough paint. That can happen. There's all kinds of factors to, um, when you're gel printing. So it's always good to experiment. Um, then, as far as conditioning, what kind of plate do you own? Would you mind telling me the name brand of the plate, if you don't mind? Hi, Liz. How are you? Look at that. Look at that beauty. So everything has paper. It should have paper. Yeah. Okay. Let all that dry. Okay, so take care, Islay. I'm so happy to meet you and glad you got to hang out with us today. Okay, so generic one. Here's what I would do. Yeah, go ahead and condition the plate. That would be ideal, especially for an off-brand one. Typically, my experience, the two main brands, the Jelly Arts and the Gel Press, they usually work straight out of the box. Um, but it doesn't hurt to condition your plate. That's for sure. And if you've never conditioned your plate before, you can use a food grade mineral oil or I use a baby oil. Some people don't like the smell or whatever, but yeah, so those are two options you can use. And best thing to do is use your hands first, get your fingers, especially if you've already used the plate. Um, it's good to use your fingers when you're rubbing the oil onto the plate because your fingers will feel where there's resistance, which means there's something on there you don't want and you need a little extra love and attention on those sections. Um, a coffee filter is great to wipe it down, wipe it off. And then if you want, you can add another layer of the oil, get a thin layer of oil out on the plate and leave it to dry and let that plate soak in and condition itself. Here's some prints we did today. I hope that information helps K-pop. And certainly ask away whatever questions you have. You know, I'd love to answer them. So back to the slides. So, this is where we can bring in some other colors, because why not? So I made some backgrounds in blue before the live stream, and we can do some stamping on here. Just gonna kind of straighten these out. I should have kept the plate empty for me to use. Although I think this one's dry enough. I can pull this. Yeah, the coffee filter is good because it's absorbent, and it doesn't leave behind like little bits of fluff like a paper towel sometimes can. Although I use a paper towel as well, it doesn't really affect it. All right, here we have an issue that some of you may come across, which is, when paint stays behind on the plate. Get out your gloss medium or your just your acrylic medium, like a gloss or matte. Let me get, where's that thing I had with the paint? Sorry, things got shifted around and I am trying to find them. So they get the paint out. What did I do with it? I had a jar with the little thingamajiggies on it. Here it is, it's hiding. So what you can do before you completely take the paper off your plate, take some of your medium, lay it down on the plate, especially over those bits of paint you want to get back up, and then use the brayer to brayer it out. Set that back down. Well, hello, Jackie Hunter. How are you? Get this side out. Yeah, see. Issues over here. That started to stick. So let's get that up gently. All right. Now, so what this will do is this acts like a glue, and this will help get all this stuff back onto the print. Now, you want to let this dry completely. Even give it a little extra time. And it works really well, this technique. Gotta get at it. Don't be afraid. Thank you, Mariah. Let me get my bearing here. Get a nice burnish going on here, because that'll help make good contact between the paper paint and your medium. So this won't be ready till after the stream, so I'll post a picture of it, but that's that. Yeah, let's see. This one gonna do the same, or is it gonna behave? This one's not so bad. I don't mind that. Although that is a lot. I'm going to go ahead and put the medium down on this one too. I'm not too happy about that. And on this end too, yeah, there's a lot there, so that's okay. So now you know how to fix a print when your paint doesn't pull all the way up. You don't get that on a lot of other channels. Let me show you the good side. Here you get warts and all. That's why sometimes those shorts, like on YouTube or on Instagram, they can be misleading sometimes, like the gel print shorts, because they don't give you a real, like, sort of like reality based timing. So just be aware when you're watching those that, sometimes those prints are allowed to dry completely before they're pulled. So just be aware that it's a you're given a very short amount of time to present something in a reel or short. um but always see if there's like a full length video, or ask the person um who created it, how long did it sit on the plate, and usually they'll answer you. And if not, forget about it. Okay, good. So that's gonna dry. One of my number 12 plates here. Let's see if this is dry. I need a plate to stamp on. Paula says, great t-shirt. Eddie makes art. You won't get that on any other channel. True that, girl. Wow. This is not. Yeah, on the back, always full length. Party, party. This is the one where we stamped the white leaves, or leaves in white. Interesting thing, that too. All right, so you can go over here. I don't need you right now. You can go away. Now, I think I am going to get out my 5x7. Use as a. Hi, Carla. You've been making important phone calls. Wow, you're an important lady. Of course, you're making important phone calls. Honestly, I think Carla is prank calling her neighbors. Saying she just seems like that kind of person. Mariah says they show the shorter videos to advertise, and you will have to pay for a full class. Yeah, that's why I stress hitting that like and share button, because it's a great way to support me, and it's free. So don't think I'm getting these big old fat checks from YouTube. Believe me, I do not get big fat checks from YouTube. And like, if you don't meet a certain mark on YouTube when you're monetized, you don't get paid that month. You have to wait till the following month. So it's also not as consistent as you'd expect. So, there you go. So earlier, Mariah was talking about the flower I made with my leaf stamp. So yeah, you could take the leaf stamp and create a cool flower like that. So I have my ribbonized stamp here. This is ATC sized. But let me get these two other stamps out of my water here so I can use them. Mariah, type in hashtag Eddie. That will take you to all my designs over at the PM Artist Studio, where this week you've got double points. Say what? Yep, double points. And you'll see a cheeky little photo of Mariah too. You can get over there. So hop, hop, hop on over. It's a clue and a joke. But let's create one of those flowers on here. There's a hair in there. Look at that. I'm shedding. My sweet little piano teacher says he's monetized, but it's not as great. Yeah, no, it's not. It's not what you think. I mean, it's nice to get a couple extra bucks every month, but it's not consistent and it's not it don't pay the rent. It barely puts any food on the table, that's for sure. It's more I can get maybe a couple of tubes of paint and some paper. Let's see here. What do we want to stick on here? Thank you, Carla. You're very sweet. Since Miss Mariah's here, I'm gonna use some lime green here. She is a fan of the lime green. That's awesome, Paula. So we'll just work on this little section down here. I'm not gonna try to do a whole page here, so we'll do stamp. Try not to wiggle it too much. You want a nice, clean, crisp image. And just connect it by the stem. Go all around. Oh, that's awesome, Karen. Very nice. I know what you meant, Carla. I know what you meant. Now, once that dries, I can come in and overlap with with another color. We'll do one on this end as well. Tambien. Hi, Rosemary. You gotta get that therapy done. Get that. Carla. I get that, Carla. Do is on this side. You know what? I'm just gonna leave it alone because I'm gonna wait till I add another color to these here. So put that in water for just a moment and allow these to dry. Yeah, that's a bummer, Rosemary. Hopefully your PT will be over sooner than later. All right, let's get some color up in her. Ooh. See some of this. This is cad yellow, cadmium yellow. Wow, Paula, that's amazing. Paula's mom is 81 this week. She's the most youthful, inspiring person she knows, and she hopes line dancing class is not canceled due to the flu. That's awesome, Paula. We can't have that. So this is the stamp version of the stencil ribbon eye. And that's ATC sized, which is great. Oh, that looks good on there. Even color. So we'll do a few there. I didn't push hard enough in the middle, but it creates cool little things. Maybe we'll mix in a little bit of this orange. This is cadmium orange. Mix in a little bit of that. It would, Paula. Look at that. That's good. Now, the reason I'm have the paper on the gel plate is because the gel plate acts like a cushioned surface, and it helps to create better stamped images than if I were just doing it on a hard surface. Cool. Yeah, I'm on for a little while longer. I'm starting to get hungry, so I won't be on too much longer. But I just put my finger in the middle of it. See that? Okay. All right, we're gonna get some green on here, or darker green to contrast that. This lime green. For me, it'll be lunch and a nap. Well deserved. All right, you could stay there. I'm gonna just flip that around and use the side here. So let's get a darker green going up here to contrast that. Um, oh, here we go. Get some sappy green here. You lost the gecko? What do you mean you lost the gecko? Did you look in the dishwasher? No, I need a scraper. Oh. Paula, Darcy, tie elastics around your pant legs, girl. Uh, oh my goodness. Y'all are too funny. Come on, Bumpy. Let's take this a darker green. There we go. Trying to do our best to get in between. And use your, oh, geez, I got paint on there. Use the stem of the leaf to help guide you around. I think he's at work, Paula. Flip it over. Very much so. Nice. Then I need to find something. I think I have a small stamp somewhere. I don't know where it is right now, but to come in and then fill that in and like create a center. I could use just cut out a piece of a gel print and fill in the center there. But that's cool, huh? Cool flowers out of my leaf stamp. In the water, and I'm gonna stamp here with my octagon. This guy right there. Just to there we go. Becky, it's a fussy cut gecko. It's not real. It's paper. Paula's being funny. Yeah, I could see that because it's like looks like it's kind of folded. Yeah, I could see that. More green out here. Yeah, you shouldn't be traveling with lizards. Oh, Paula, you thought it was a real one too? Girl. Well, it is after 5 o'clock in Amsterdam, just saying. Oh, yeah, nice pattern paper with the octagon stamp. Need to dry. I'm going to do some heat embossing on the other one, so give me a moment. I'm going to get squared away. Let's go away. All right, Mariah, you get a hashtag good one for that one. She says, more like Octa stay, please. You are a silly girl. Okay. Oh, let me get some embossing here. I don't think I've done embossing on a live stream. The heat embossing. I don't know if I have. Got this terracotta I'm going to use on this blue here. I think that'll be fun. So let's do that. And here's some. There's the copper, metallic copper. So, thanks. This is actually I used to use this when I was cooking. I used to use this to hold the what do you call those things? 'Cause these pop out. frosting tips, the little metal tips, like the real professional metal ones. I have tons of them, like kept them all in here and with the piping bags and all the accoutrement that goes along with it. Yeah, we're gonna do some wine because why not? Oh, you need to over here. All right. Give me a second. I'm gonna rinse these off in the sink and get them dried up so I can use them better. Hi, Penka. How are you? I missed something. I was away. Oh, take care, Alyssa. Thanks for hanging out. Thanks, Meg. I think they were Martha Stewart. I don't remember. I don't know. I think I had them on clearance. I don't have a name on them. Or they could have been, oh no, it's Sterilite. There it is, Sterilite. It's the Martha Stewart colors, though, that's for sure. Let's get wine, kids. I hope that's not a typo, Carla. I hope it's the word you mean. Mhm. Yeah, lizards don't bother me. In Florida, they are very handy because they keep away the skeeters that love to bite me. So those are fun. If you're just joining us or if you've been hanging out, don't forget to hit that like button. Very much appreciated. Goes a long way to helping out my channel. We are talking new products today, including this one. This is the Octagon, the amazing Octagon foam stamp. Yeah, what Jeanette said, Carla. I'm going to do some heat embossing. This is Versamark clear embossing stamp pad. Do a few of these. I really should have rubbed this on the paper first. This is like the cornstarchy stuff to keep things from the sticking everywhere. So I just put it on here and on my hands. How about that? This needs a little opening. You gonna tell us what that is, Carla, or are you just gonna make us all go to Google? Come on, teacher, teach. What is that? I'm not even gonna try to pronounce it because it's gonna come out wrong. What's that A word mean? So I'm gonna sprinkle. I'm in my cooking mode now. I'm gonna sprinkle a little bit of the. This is terracotta, and then I'm gonna sprinkle in some copper too, because why not? Mix it up. Knock off the excess there. Set this to the side. I need to find a little container because this is now a mix. I'll find a container for that. All right, guys, I'm gonna wob, but I think the software I have will kind of dull down the sound, so it shouldn't be too awful. I'll do it this way. Oh, it's a lizard. It can change colors from green to brown to gray according to its surroundings. Oh, very cool. Look at that. Oh, I love it very much. Now, this may need a little bit more room. A jelly print lizard. Oh yeah, when you start wine, try and start from the back. It'll give you a smoother waft. Um, and then I just finish from the front. Nah, man, nah, man. Here, let's do one now. Let me see if I have a little container for that stuff. Which I don't. I should. See if we have anything in here. Anal. Nothing like an old anal. Carly, you're gonna make me say stuff that I shouldn't be saying on my live streams, but that's why I love you. If you didn't know, Carla is a science teacher by trade. So she gets us snowed up on all fabulous info on science and stuff. So this is like a mixed pot of the embossing powders. I'm Carla. I'm just the funny things you say, girl. I love it. Awesome. Thanks. Take care, K-pop, and always don't be afraid to ask questions. I would love to help you out whenever you need. About art and like the jelly printing. That's what I mean. I can't help do other things. Nothing illegal. Not since the judge, made that ruling. I'm just saying. Let's do this one just in copper. Again, this is metallic copper superfine by Wow. WOW. Now, another reason I like these little sticks here, the cotton on the end, you come in, you kind of clean up any excess or weirdness going on and not disturb your entire design. Which is very helpful. I, I have a response for that, PM Artist Studio, but I'm a gentleman and I'm not going to say it. Say what? Look at that. Shiny, coppery goodness. Let's do some. Get rid of that. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to get rid of that because let me stamp some leaves in the copper and terracotta. Do some terracotta first. How about that? Do the same one here. We'll do a little terracotta. Sprinkle some copper. Missionary work over here. All right, nice, crisp and clean. Move that to the side. Tara, can I get a whoop? So pretty. Feel like some of this will go a little more raw. All right, so very nice. Let's use let's mix. Let's do this. Get some of this mix into the next round. All right. So maybe for this. Oh yeah, we'll just keep using the leaf here. Hard to see this clear embossing stuff. So, there we go. All right, that's good. In Vegas, there's crazy driving. Have you been to Boston? You should be fun because there's a few different colors in here. Mostly yellow, but it's always fun to see what we get out of it once we hit it with the heat. Right. Very nice. Carla says, would love to visit. My neighbor's daughter is marrying a Bostonian next month. It's a wonderful, wonderful city, Carla. I think you'd love it. It is a great, great city. Lots of beautiful things to see. Um, Lots of great architecture. There's a big story this week, past week, about one of the biggest mansions in the country is I think it's on the North Shore, got robbed, and the person who was there was brutally attacked, and crazy stuff. But yeah, in Boston, you can get anywhere on the, what do you call that? The train. There's a subway. There's buses. You can walk everywhere too. I used to walk the city all the time when I couldn't walk long periods of time. Uh, I'm gonna do black on here, and I'm gonna use this guy. This is the newer stamp. So let me use up this copper first that I have out already here, and let's get some of that done. Where's the ink? They don't paint the lines. Oh well. I think like it's funny, like when Europeans will say, "Oh, Americans don't really travel out of the country," and it's because there's so much to see here in the United States that we really don't need to travel outside of it to get all kinds of different just things going on, like you can go, there's places where it's tropical, there's places where it's mountainous, it's everything. So we really don't need to go anywhere outside of our area, and everywhere you go it's so different. We are definitely um, unique in that way. Although these days, traveling on a plane is not safe for a lot of us. If you go to my Facebook page, you'll see what I'm talking about. Charlotte's like a wonky wagon wheel. If you get lost, just head for the Bank of America building. I think I've only been through Charlotte. I don't think I've ever stopped and done anything in Charlotte, I have to say. Yeah, they're yeah, we'll just leave it at that. See, it's hard to see that clear ink for embossing. I mean, I'm gonna cut these up anyway, but it's just the whole point. It's great traveling now if you're not a person of color, but if you're a person of color right now, traveling can be very difficult and dangerous. Sometimes that anti-static stuff works, and sometimes it do not. Could have been also there might have been a little moisture on my stamp from when I cleaned it. So I'm just trying to clean up as much as I can. See. Oops. Go. Copper, where are you? Here you are. Somewhere. Dusty rabbit thing. I don't think I did. Mariah, is that on Facebook? Facebook's is so annoying lately. Like, it puts all this stuff in your feed that you're just like, I don't want to see this. I never asked for it. I never wanted it. And it's a lot of like X clicking to get rid of it too. It's gonna be clean later. There we go. Ooh, how beautiful that is. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. Do some in black as well. So let's see if I can line these up better. You love the name Dusty Rabbit. I don't know what y'all are talking about. Since I think I've gone over, I'm just gonna do these two. Oh, I didn't pull the black out, did I? Oops. Here we go. Little flick, we'll get all that extra off. All right. So I think this will be the last of the embossing, and then I'm going to pull whatever prints I have left on my plates and call it a day. Good, it's a good stream today. Very nice. Oh, I love that. Hi, Julie. How are you? Yankee. Hi, Patricia. How are you? I hope you had a fabulous birthday. I know we had a fabulous time celebrating with you yesterday. I hope Mariah and the rest of them took care of y'all, took care of you yesterday and got you some sushi. I know you were wanting some sushi. And if they didn't, let me know and I will take care of her for you. Don't worry. I don't mind throwing down. Okay. To the side to look at all this. Look at all this embossing powder. It's a silicone sheet. It's really not going to go anywhere. So until I spray it and wipe it down. That's fantastic. Very, very nice. It's the best way to go about it. All right, let's pull some prints, why don't we? And then I'm gonna go and I'm gonna eat. Thanks, Julie. All right. This is the one where I stamped off with the leaf and I pulled paint off the plate with the leaf and then pulled it with this stuff here, the ice blue metallic from Folk Art. There. Oh, wait, really? There was two there. All right, let's correct my edges here. Today was all about blue on the gel plate. Look at that. Very pretty. Pulled it with an ombre. This one wrinkled, but I think we're okay. Got a little left behind. I'm not going to worry about it. This is the one I pulled with the silver. Very cool. And this was, I think I flopped off a couple of times on here from stencils. So it's got a nice texture to it. But that's a shiny one. Okay. Big plate. I can't remember if this is the one that we put down the gel medium. But we're gonna pull this. Oh, it might have been. Oh well. It's getting pulled. Yeah, it's the one I used the gel medium. It wasn't completely dry, but oh well. Hi, Linda. Hi, Mary Brown. I love how that turned out. The little blue on the edges there. Here. Oh, this is another one. This one does need to dry. I know that one for sure has the um, gel medium on it. All right. That's it. So today was about new stuff. My new stencil. This is ribbon eye. Comes in 8x10 and 9x12. Got my new stamps here, the octagon, amazing leaf. And then there's a stamped version of the stencil. It's ATC size. And then we did I had done some backgrounds before the stream began. And we stamped on here with paint using the leaf to make these flowers. Very cool. Got another print here with the leaves in white in the background. Oh, this was, I pulled some paint off through the stencil with this one, but then there's a print that goes with it. I'll show you that. These are a couple of backgrounds. That one. And this one with the burnt orange metallic. So pretty. This one I thought looked like denim. And this was the one I pulled that's had a lot of paint. But it's cool because it's got like a lot of texture to it because of the thick paint. But then it'll be fun to go over maybe with another stencil later on. And then this one here I pulled with gold. We just saw these. Those are some backgrounds. You get a little heat embossing. Saw that. Oh, this was the acrylic paint with the stand. So awesome, Adrian. Thanks, Mary Brown. Thank you, Linda. This is all heat embossed. These here. Be fun to use. This is painted or paint on paint. So this will be great to cut out for ATCs. And then there were, what were the other ones? Oh, and these I'd done previously, but these were all heat embossed. And I just did them over brayer offs. It's another good way to use your brayer offs. It's like with this one, you see like within the leaf, you get a cool design without having to try. So, and then this was it's watercolor paper, and I stamped with oxide inks, distress oxide inks. First, I did the 3 rows, this lighter blue in these 2 shades, added water, sprayed it with water, and dried that. And then I added another row without spraying water on top of here. So you kind of get crisp and kind of messy all in one. But I think these are fun. So, okay, it's time for Eddie to get some food and to take a nap. But thank you guys so much for joining me today for the launch of new stencil and new stamps. The other creators over at Designers of PM Art Studio have done the same. I know Karen, I believe, will be premiering her new stamps today. Yay! I'm gonna do my best to wake up in time to catch that. Karen, can we somebody drop Karen's a link to her live stream later on? That would be very much appreciated. And if you go to Makers at Facebook, the one that hosted by PM Artist Studio, if you go to the featured section, there is a post that Mariah created of all the designers and their channels, so you can see what everybody's new designs are and how they use them. So thanks so much, guys. This was a fantastic day I had with you all. Love, 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 love. Love yourself. Smile at a stranger. And I will see you very soon. Bye.